Tell me about yourself.
My name is Maria Israel. I graduated from Bestowa University. I'm a creative mindset and a detail-oriented person.
Okay. What companies do you want to work for or with?
I would love to work with TECHCABAL.
TECHCABAL. I guess in our private chat, you also mentioned TECHCABAL there. Why do you want to work with TECHCABAL?
The major reason I want to work with TECHCABAL because I believe they're into a lot of creativity and they do a lot.
So you kind of mentioned that you're a creative person and you like the fact that you do creative things there. Okay, let's move away from TECHCABAL. So I know you are also a social media manager. Am I right on that? Anybody who likes ordering food in Ikeja knows about Chow Deck. But this time around, there's a company in my head called Deck Chow, and this company is into the production of an app that makes you spot potholes in Lagos. So, for instance, you're on your way, you are on Allen Avenue. This app can tell you how many potholes you have on that path, so you're able to avoid that as you go on that journey. What are the top 3 posts you're going to make to get people to be aware and then start using the app?
Okay, one of the content I will do t- before one of the content I will do to make people to start using the app is firstly I will create a content basically under potholes and to let people to know the effect of potholes itself. And another thing is create a particular content that will link that potholes towards a Google map, whereby when people are coming, so Google map will indicate to people that this is when they set the sign, they'll be like, oh, there is a potholes here.
Okay, so give me an example of a graphic work, like a design in your head there that has, because if somebody will say, I'm not a graphic designer, but the idea is if you are a social media manager, you have a content calendar, there's a graphic designer in the company, you have to tell the graphic designer what to design. So let's say there's a graphic designer on ground now that needs to supply him the content of a particular design that is supposed to create an awareness about the deck chow. What would be the content of that image?
Okay, firstly, on well, how one of the one of the color that is coming to my mind right now is red.
Okay.
So then that red, there should be a image of water. So when people see this red and with something looking like a water image, they'll be like, oh, there is a pothole here and there is a water inside. And when there is no when the water is dry, so there should be an image that will look like stone or little stone. Let's say like something like star or broken star. So when people look at the Google map and they said red with something like broken stone, they'll be like, oh, there is this potholes at this area. So we have to know how we are going to skip it when we get close to that actual area.
On the final note, maybe the semi-final note, I'm going to start off a design. I will need to finish the design. Or maybe I'll just put a design and then you tell me the caption. Ready? So there's a design here where there's a pothole, but there's a car, because this is Allen Avenue, or the Allen Avenue. There's a car on that road parked with the driver on his head, with his hand on his head, because his car just got into the pothole and the tire just got bust. Can you see what I'm saying? There's a graphic work. There's a car. The driver is out, his hand on his head because his car just got into the pothole and the tire just got bust. What would be the caption of that particular graphic work?
Okay, caption is I would like to think for like a minute.
Take your time. You have
Okay.
30 seconds.
Okay, the caption will be how to avoid potholes or how to avoid potholes. I'm trying to figure out some other thing I can use. Okay,
It
let me just use a caption.
it could be in pigeon. It could be in pigeon.
Okay,
It could be in
in
English.
English, in pidgin, or I would just prefer to use the English. How to avoid these potholes or how I want to try and look for a particular pigeon, but it's not actually not coming.
Yeah, you use it.
So it's actually not coming. So one of the things I can just say is how to avoid, okay, how to avoid this problem. Let me just put it, how to avoid this problem. Or I want to use this particular, like, we get this or that people do use. So I want to try and bring the actual pigeon, but it's actually not coming. But how to avoid this bottle or how to avoid this problem. The caption should come like this, like,
Okay, let me help you with this. So I saw a caption, one TomTom caption, a graphic work of TomTom many years ago, and it was that there were two guys, and the caption has it that one of them had load on his head, like a bag of rice. The other one didn't have load on his head, but he had TomTom in his mouth. And then the caption was, "Ed, we no one carry book, go carry load." And that caught my attention on the spot there. So I'm saying that there's a man. Imagine there's a man whose car is stuck. He has his hand on his head. And like, what do you think the caption would be?
okay. Then the caption should be, since we are deck child and the major of deck child is to know where potholes is, right? So it should be like, now you know no one, yeah, now you know the reason why no one use deck child. If you don't use them, you go end up like this man. So the caption should be in that way, as in the pigeon, and in English should come in a way like, when you are not using deck child, then then you have to pay mechanic, then you have to pay extra charges to mechanic, then you have to pay unexpected money. So then it has to go around those words.
I guess the gold is around what you just said there. On the final note, I want you to look into the camera and tell any company why they should employ you.
Okay, for any company out there that wants to employ me, I will say I'm a creative mindset. And if the company doesn't work creativity, I would not like to work that company. And I'm a creative mindset, like I said earlier, and I love to do more exploits. So I'm good when it comes to creativity, and I'm a go-getter. I want every company I'm working with to be out there, to have a huge to create more visibility for the company and for them to achieve every of their goals. Because when the company achieve their goals, when the company is happy, I'm also happy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.